Welcome back to another fun week of learning maths. We're going to continue with our series on linear relationships year 8. And today we're going to learn a fancy new word that you can use to make yourself to sound smart. Okay, so that word is interpolating. Okay, so next time you're trying to impress someone, just use that word in a sentence and you're sure to get a few impressed people looking at you. Now, what does interpolating mean? Well, we're going to be using a graph to predict or estimate what further values will be. Okay, so that's what interpolating means in a maths context. Okay, so let's look at this question here. We've got washing powder. It's sold for $2 a kilogram. The following table shows the weight versus the cost. Okay, so we've got this relationship between the weight and the cost, and it's $2 per kilogram. Okay, it's going to be a linear relationship. That's what this topic's all about. First thing we're going to do is using X to represent the number of kilograms and Y to represent the cost, write a set of points describing this information. So what does that mean? Well, we're just going to show what the coordinates of these columns in each of these tables are going to be before we graph it. So the coordinates of the first column is going to be just 0, 0. Okay, the X value is 0, the Y value is 0. Okay, and then the next one is going to be 1, 2. So the X is 1, Y is 2, etc. And we can go along and create all of these coordinate points. Okay, remember, coordinates on a number plane need to have two values with a comma in between them. So we write brackets, X value, comma, Y value as such. Okay, 10, 20, and I've run out of space, 20, 40. Okay, they're going to be our coordinates that we're going to put on a number plane soon. Now, what do we notice? It looks like it's going up by 1, so it goes 0, 1, 2, and then jumps to 4, and then it goes back to 5, up by 1, and then goes to 10 and to 20. So you see, it's not a constant progression on this table. These coordinates aren't going to be evenly spaced apart, but we will see soon that they're going to create a line. Okay, and so for part B, we're going to need to graph these points on the number plane and then draw a straight line through them. So you can see here my number plane has magically appeared, and I've drawn my axes as such, going up by 2s, and on the bottom here I have my weight in kilograms, and on the left, on the vertical axis, I have the cost in dollars. Oops. Okay, so in your grid book, you'd make sure that you've labeled it out nice and neatly as such. It's very important that we are precise with this. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to plot each of these points on our axes as such. So first one, 0, 0 is easy. Bang in the corner here. The next one is going to be 1 and 2. So we go halfway between these grid lines the way I did it. Now, if you've got more space, I recommend take more space so that you don't have to go in half grid lines. So if you could go up by 1, you could do that too. Or you could only label every second one, but leave 2 grid lines in between, or something like that would work well as well. So we've got 1, 2 down. Now we've got 2 and 4, which is here, and we need 4 and 8. So we skip all the way across here, go up to 8. And then we have 5 and 10. So again, halfway up this one, and 10 is here. Okay, last 2 points are 10 and 20, and 20 and 40. So 10 and 20. Make sure it's right on the corner there. And then 20 and 40 goes up to here. And then we need to draw a straight line between all of these points. So it's going to be straight line through all of these points. There we go. Got to be right, careful that it goes through all of them. Okay, and you would do that with a ruler to make sure it's nice and straight and that you've done it correctly. Okay, now this line we're going to use to find out our answers for C and D. So we're going to use the graph to find out how much 3.5 kilograms of washing powder would cost. Okay, so we could do this algebraically quite easily, but we're learning about how we can use a graph to do this. So what we need to do is we need to go to 3.5, which is going to be about here. Okay, so it's a bit more than halfway between halfway and 4. And we're going to go up from that axis, from the x-axis. And we're going to go across to see where it meets the y-axis. And that is going to be our answer. Whatever value we get when we go across from the line, it's going to be our answer. You can see here it's straight in between 6 and 8. So the answer is going to be $7. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Use the graph to find out how much washing powder could be purchased for $32. So we need to go start on the vertical side this time. Go across to the line. Okay, then we hit the line. We go down on the x, down here until we hit the x-axis, or the horizontal one. And we get to 16 kilos. So the answer there is going to be 16 kilos. So you can see we can use graph then to find out missing values that we might not have. That's what we call interpolating, finding or estimating or calculating values that we haven't seen yet. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck with yours. Make sure you're nice and precise with your ruler, and I'll see you in the next video.